Hello friends, Namaste and welcome to Ramesh Knowledge Index. I am Karthik Jha here. We are continuing our series of NTSE Stage 2 preparation, and today we will be looking into one more very important lesson with regard to NTSE Stage 2. Every year you will find one question from this chapter, that is India size and location. I anticipate that even this year you will have one question from this chapter. So without wasting much time, let us start with this chapter. By the way, I have bifurcated this chapter into two parts. You have two prominent maps in this chapter. One is the outline map and another one is the political map. So first we will discuss the outline map, then we will be discussing the political map of India. So if you see, there are some very prominent features which are revealed within this map, and by the way, NTSE has started checking your map skills to a very large extent and also your analytical skills. Now it is not merely about memorization. Yes, memorization is important, but not merely memorization. You need to be very strong in geography. So I think you know the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of the mainland India. Why am I saying and emphasizing this word mainland? Because many a times we confuse that this is the southernmost point of India. No, Kanyakumari is not the southernmost point of India. It is the southernmost point of mainland India. The southernmost point of India is in the Andaman and Nicobar Island at 6 degree 45 minutes north. And why is it so? Because they lie below the latitudinal extent of mainland India. Okay, there is some difference here. Okay, Indra Point, as you know, is the southernmost point which lies in Andaman and Nicobar Island, and that too in a special island that is known as the Great Nicobar Island. Great Nicobar Island. Okay, so Andaman and Nicobar Islands are group of island, okay, and one island in this group of island is the Great Nicobar Island, where you have the southernmost point, that is Indra Point. If you see, 8 degree 4 north is the southernmost point of mainland India, and the northernmost point, that is Indra Col, this is Indra Col, is 37 degrees 6 minutes north. The easternmost point is 68 degrees 7 minutes east, and the westernmost point is 68 degrees 7 minutes east, and the easternmost point is 97 degree 25 minutes east. So I think there's one way you can remember this. You just mark north, south, east, west, and then write 4 here, then 5 here, then 6 here, then 7 here. So you have the last digits of each latitudinal and longitudinal extent when you write 4, 5, 6, 7. If you see, from east to west and from south to north, you have 8 and 7 in common. If you see this, 8, 7, 8, 7. So this is 8 and this is 7. Approximately the difference between both of them is 30. So if it starts from 8 degree 4 minutes north, then it should be 37 degree 6 minutes north. Okay, I'm giving you a rough idea how to memorize or how to remember it. And if you see the longitudinal extent, it is 68. It starts from 68, then it must go till 97. Okay, and there's a perfect square number, that is 25. Okay, so this way, this is east. Okay, this way it becomes very easy for us to remember. So you can start with 4, 5, 6 and then 7, and then go from 8 to 37, then 68 to 97, and your job is done. So if you see, the length and width of India are almost the same. The length is 2,933 kilometer, that is from Gujarat to Andhra Pradesh, and the width, I mean this is the width, okay, the length is 3214, that is 3,214 kilometers. The length has all the first four natural numbers, 3 to 1 in descending order, and then 4. The width has 2933 kilometers. Okay, so 2933, special number. Then we have a lot of neighbors. We share our boundaries with Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and Sri Lanka, our coastal neighbor. Our country is separated from Sri Lanka by the Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar. And in your book there is mentioning of a very special trait or a park, that is park trait. Park Street, I mean, I guess, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct. Park Street. Okay, we are separated from our coastal neighbor by this Park Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. That is again very important. If you look into one very special feature in this map, you will see that there is one special longitude that is drawn. That is the standard meridian, which is 82 degree 30 minutes east. Now, what is the speciality of this standard meridian? And by the way, this passes through a very special place, that is Mirzapur, and this name is very important. I think there was a Netflix series also about Mirzapur. Okay, so it passes through Mirzapur, which is in Uttar Pradesh. Now, what is the reason for us adopting a standard meridian? The reason is quite simple. If you look into a globe, there are 360 imaginary lines running from north of the globe to the south. Okay, so at 0 degree we have the Greenwich, and there are 180 degree lines to the east and 180 degree lines to the west. So these 360 degree longitudes divide within themselves 24 hours. So 1 degree longitude, or longitudes which are separated by 1 degree difference, would be separated by a time lapse of 4 minutes. Simple mathematics, you just need to divide 24 hours by 360 degree. Okay, so when you do that, you get something in minutes, because see, 24 hours is 24 into 60 minutes. Okay, so 6 6 36, 1/6 of 24 is 4 minutes. So if there is a separation of 1 degree longitude between the place where you live and I live, then the time difference between our zones would be 4 minutes. Now see this. Our country has a longitudinal extent from 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. So it's very obvious that the sun will first rise in the east, that is Arunachal Pradesh. Once it rises, it will move towards the west. You know, from the sunrise at Arunachal Pradesh to the sunrise at Gujarat, there will be a time difference of about 2 hours. Okay, there will be a time difference of about 2 hours. So the time, if the time at Arunachal Pradesh would be 10 AM, let's say, then the time at Gujarat would be 8 AM. Local time I am talking about. So if every meridian or every longitudes are also known as meridian, if every longitude starts adopting its local time, then it will be very difficult for trade, commerce and communication to flourish in a country. Okay, so it's very obvious that in the eastern side the time will be faster, and there on the westernmost front the time will be quite slow. Okay, so this would create a lot of problem nationwide. The trade, travel and communication will be worst hit. So for the convenience of trade, travel and communication, we have adopted a standard meridian, and this standard meridian almost or roughly divides us in two equal halves. Okay, it is 82° 30 minutes east to the Greenwich. It passes through Mirzapur, that is in Uttar Pradesh. Now our theory with regard to the time meridians or longitudes and latitudes is completed. Now we will come into the area and boundary. There are some important figures that are mentioned in the NCERT. The area of India is 3.28 square kilometer, which is 2.4% of total land mass. I think the population that we carry is 17% of the world population. So just imagine 17% of the world population is living in 2.4% of the world's land mass, and even then we survive, we live together. That's our beauty. The total boundary of India, including the coastline and our international boundaries with Pakistan, China, Nepal, it is 15,200 kilometers. And the total coastline of India is 7,516.6 kilometers. Okay, I will show you these figures again, and in a very interesting way. Now our theory with regard to the first map is completed. Now let us look into the previous year questions which have been asked from this part of the chapter. So if you see, the first question is approximately how much is the land boundary of India. Just a couple of seconds back we saw that the answer to this is 15,200 kilometers. So this was a easy go. Now let us look into the second question. Give yourself some time and try to find the answer. It's not very tough. I told you, you can form a north-south grid, north-south-east-west grid. Okay, we know that the southern tip starts with 4, then it goes 5, then it goes 6, then it goes 7. So it starts from 8°, and then there is a difference of 30°, 37°. So the southernmost tip is 8° 4 north. So the southernmost tip is 8° 4 north, and that gives me my answer, the C option, because only in the C option I have B connected with 1. So my answer is done. So you see, it's not always required to find the complete answer. Sometimes one answer gives you completes the entire story. So do not run behind the entire story and lose your time. Let's look into the next question. Although it is a lengthy question and seems to be difficult, but it is a very easy to go question. Read it, give yourself half a minute or 45 seconds. Okay, so the question says, what was the local time in Tokyo, situated at 139° 45 minutes east longitude, when the President of India was hosting the Indian national flag in the presence of the Japanese Prime Minister at 10 AM in New Delhi? The viewer in Japan were watching the live telecast of this event. Now this is extra information. The question is, what was the local time in Tokyo? This is the real question. Now, to address this, I just want to ask you a very simple question. I told you that the sun rises in Arunachal Pradesh. It rises from east. So Tokyo, which is located in Japan, is to the east of India. So if you have this as India, okay, let me select another color. Then here we have Japan. Okay, so to our east we have Japan. Okay, now when we were talking about Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat, sun first rose in Arunachal Pradesh and then in Gujarat. So here also sun will first rise in Japan and then in India. So the time in Japan will be ahead of the time in India, isn't it? So if there is 10 a.m. in India, then the time of Japan will be something ahead of 10 a.m. It cannot go 12 hours in front like in the first three options. Either they go backward, which is not possible because Japan's time is always ahead of India's time, or they must go too much forward, which is also not possible. So the answer to this question, the most accurate answer which seems to me, is 1:49 p.m. okay, and this seems to be the correct answer. But let us look into the mathematical basis of this answer. So the longitudinal extent, the longitudinal difference between India and China is given. This is degree, okay, this is degree, 80 degree 30 minutes east. Okay, so the longitudinal difference we found 59 degree 15 minutes, and then we multiplied it to 4 to get 237 minutes. So there will be a time lapse of 3 hours 57 minutes. Again, you need to think about this, that will the time in Tokyo be ahead of India's time or will be behind India's time? So it's very simple. Sun first rises in Tokyo and then in India. So the time in Tokyo will be ahead of time in India. So we need to go ahead 10 a.m. plus 3 hours, which give us 1 p.m. 57 minutes, which is roughly near to the fourth option. So we are done with this question. Now let us look into the political map of India. Now when you talk about the political map, there are certain things which are very, very important. First one being the state and their union territories. Now as of today we have 28 states and 9 union territories after the bifurcation of Jammu Kashmir into Ladakh and Jammu Kashmir, and not as a state but as union territories. Today NTSE in previous years has asked a lot of questions based on this Tropic of Cancer and the neighbors that surround India, and this is a very, very crucial topic with regard to NTSE. So let us look into this. The Tropic of Cancer passes through some of the most important states, that is Gujarat, which has the longest coast, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, Mizoram. The name of these states is very important. Sometimes they will tell you to arrange the states which through which Tropic of Cancer passes from west to east. So the first thing that you should do is to identify those states and then to arrange them. You will think it is a easy go, but sometimes they would give you wrong options, wherein some states which are through which the Tropic of Cancer does not pass will also be there as a part of the option. So you need to be very, very careful. You need to remember them as they are: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, Mizoram. There have been abundant or a lot of questions that have been asked from this one very line, that is 23 degree 30 minutes north. I will show you the number of questions that have been asked. So these are the states through which it passes: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, Mizoram. So I think Gujarat, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh are clear. If you see here, we have one state that has been separated from Bihar. We have one state which is just a neighbor of Odisha. So sometimes we confuse between Bihar and Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. There is a lot of confusion that happens. West Bengal is okay, Tripura is okay, Mizoram is okay. So Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh are very, very important. I will star mark them. Okay. Now let us look into the boundaries or international boundaries of India. So if you see, we have Gujarat, we have Rajasthan, Punjab, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Meghalaya, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, or to say the Seven Sisters, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura, all share some nor the other international boundaries. You should know with how many countries do they share their international boundary, and where do we share it and how do we share it. All those things are very, very important. I think you know this is known as the Red Cliff Line. With China we have the McMurdo Line. Okay. With Afghanistan we have the Durando Line. So all these things are very, very important. I will show you something from the Ministry of Ministry of Home Affairs. So if you see here, the Ministry of Health Affairs, or I mean the Ministry of Home Affairs has made a notification public, okay, wherein they have shared details about our international land borders. India has a border of 15,106.7 kilometers. I told I will tell you these figures again, and here is where I was talking about 7,516.6 kilometer of coastline we have. Okay. Now why have I brought you here is to discuss this: the name of countries and the length of border that we share with them. It is surprising to know, and it is not at all intuitive, that Bangladesh has the largest boundary with India, 4,096.7 kilometer. This is very, very important. In many stage 1 questions it has been asked, and it is very likely that this can be a part of NTSE Stage 2. They can ask you to arrange these countries in an order where they share in the order of the length of border that they share with India. So Bangladesh shares the largest border, China the second largest, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, Afghanistan. Even I was astonished because my intuition told me it was China or Pakistan, but it is not. It is Bangladesh. And then I thought of it. If you see, Bangladesh is covered by India on all its 3 sides and by Bay of Bengal on one side. So it seems to be kind of like correct. Most of our countries, so West Bengal, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, Assam, are the countries which share international boundaries with Bangladesh. China, on the other hand, has 3,488 kilometer of land boundary or border that it shares with India. Pakistan 3,323. Borders are very well known of Pakistan. Nepal 1,751. Myanmar 1,643. Bhutan 699, and then Afghanistan 106. So this is the land boundary that we share with these countries: Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan. Bangladesh largest, Afghanistan smallest. Now I will show you how important is it to remember the Tropic of Cancer and the international boundaries of India, because almost every year you find some questions from those two topics. Now see this. This is a question from NTSE Stage 2 2012. What does this line show? I think now it is not very tough to answer this question. It is Tropic of Cancer. Okay, because it is from Gujarat, so even there in the map I showed you where is Tropic of Cancer. Then which of the following states do not have international boundaries? This was asked in Chandigarh NTSE of 2013. So Jharkhand, I don't know. West Bengal, yes it does. We saw it does with Bangladesh especially. Sikkim, yes it does. Arunachal Pradesh, yes it does. So Jharkhand is the one which does not share any international boundaries. It is landlocked from all the three sides, or all the four sides. A major line of latitude that passes through Mizoram also passes through which of the following states? If you can recall, there are states which start from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Mizoram and Tripura. So the major latitude from running from east to west, okay, or in horizontal direction, running through Mizoram is very clear. There is only one latitude, that is Tropic of Cancer. So which is the other state through which it passes? It is Jharkhand. You see, again you find one more question from Tropic of Cancer. Next, which one of the following states has common borders with least number of countries? Very peculiar question, very peculiar one. In India, Tropic of Cancer passes through the state of, now again you have the same question, and I told you Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh are the most confusing. This is the second time you find Jharkhand as an answer. So you see how important it is to know this. Let us discuss the 14th question. If you see, we have Uttarakhand. We'll mark them first. This is Uttarakhand. Okay. Then West Bengal. Okay. It shares a lot of boundaries, so it cannot be minimum. Arunachal Pradesh. This is Arunachal Pradesh. I mean, yeah. Then Sikkim. Sikkim is this. Okay. So if you see, Arunachal Pradesh shares boundary with two states or two countries, namely Nepal and China. If you see West Bengal, it shares with Bangladesh, it shares with Nepal. Now I want to warn you, many a times we think that West Bengal shares boundaries only with Bangladesh. It is not true. This conception is because of the Sundarban Delta, that the historical connection between West Bengal and Bangladesh, and we think these other countries to be alien, but no. Nepal and Bhutan also share boundaries with West Bengal, which is an integral part of India. So West Bengal shares boundaries with Nepal as well as Bhutan. If you can see, it runs from here, goes till here, then here. There's a narrow passage. Many a times we miss it. It does not end here. It is a circular. It is in, what can you say? I don't know. It looks like a distorted human body organ. So that's how I can best describe it. So Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh are the three countries with which West Bengal shares its borders. Then Sikkim, Bhutan, Nepal, China, three countries. Andhra Pradesh, Myanmar, Bhutan and China. So 3 countries. All except Uttarakhand share 3 international boundaries. So the answer to this question is Uttarakhand. Okay. Let us look into the next question. The Tropic of Cancer passes through which of the following plateau? Malwa Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau, Meghalaya Plateau, or Malwa and Chota Nagpur Plateau. If you think that Meghalaya is not a plateau, then you need to revisit the second chapter of physical features of India, which we will be discussing later on. So, but for the good sake of it, the answer to this question is not Meghalaya, it is Malwa and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Malwa and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Malwa Plateau is located in Rajasthan, and if you remember, I told you that the Tropic of Cancer also passes through Rajasthan, only a very small part of Rajasthan. In similar way, it passes through a very small part of Malwa Plateau, because Malwa Plateau is also located into the south of Rajasthan. Okay, so it passes through Malwa. When I was asked to answer this, I answered Chota Nagpur, because I highly doubted it passes through Malwa. I thought Malwa is to the north of Rajasthan. This cleared my 2 doubts. First, that Tropic of Cancer passes through Malwa, and second, that Malwa lies in the southern end of Rajasthan. So it passes through both Malwa and Chota Nagpur. Now this is the last question. It was asked very recently in NTSE Stage 2 2017. Which of the following island is closest to equator? Now give this a try, because we have discussed about it. Okay, so if you look into this question, I told you the southernmost tip of mainland India is 8°4 north, but that is not the southernmost tip of India. The southernmost tip of India is 6°45' north. Okay, so if that is the case, then Indra point is the southernmost point, and that is closest to equator. Equator is 0°. Okay, now where is Indra point located? It is not located in Minicoy. That's very obvious, because Minicoy is in Lakshadweep. It is not located in Car Nicobar or Little Nicobar. It is located in Great Nicobar, which we discussed in the beginning of the chapter, wherein I told you that Andaman and Nicobar as well as Lakshadweep are island groups. Okay, they are formed from a number of small islands, and one such island is the Great Nicobar, which is closest to equator, and the southernmost tip of India, that is Indra point, lies in the Great Nicobar. It is a very important question for it is asked in many examinations, thankfully even in NTSE Stage 2 2017. So I think here we need to end. Now we will be discussing the next topic, that is physical features of India, in our next video. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye.